Number 1 says the fraction 7/12 is found between which pair of fractions on a number line? So we're looking for 7/12 has to be in the middle of something. First thing we should ask ourselves, is 7/12 over half or under half?
Over.
It's over, right? It's over a half. I'm right, over a half. That means we have to find a number that's under half and a number that is in the middle of that. Okay? So let's look at the first one, A. 2, 6. Is that over a half or under a half?
Under.
That's under, right? So that one. So this one would work. Now this one has to be greater than our 7/12. So 26 out of 48. Is that over half or under half?
Over.
What's half of 48? It's 24, right? So this one is barely over. So let's check. We got to see is 7/12 bigger or is 7/12 less than 26 out of 48. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this into a fraction out of 48. Okay? So let's see, what is it equivalent to? So 12 times what equals 48? Anybody know that top of their head? That's going to be 12 times 4. And then 7 times 4 is going to be what?
28.
28. So our 7/12 is bigger than this fraction right here, so this A is not going to work because it's over it. It needs to be in the middle of those two numbers. So for 3/6, we know that 3/6 is exactly 1/2, right? So that could work. That's going to be a half. And then 30 out of 48, we know that's going to be bigger than our 7/12, which is 28 out of 48. So that one would go over here. So my answer would be B. Okay? Because this would be in the middle of those two fractions. Another way you could have done this is to simplify it and get it as a decimal. And figure out what decimal goes in the middle of all those numbers. Okay? Alright, number 2. It says, if the numbers listed below are correctly placed on a number line, which one would be closest to 0? Well, let's figure that out. Here's a number line. Here's 0. Here's 1. And here's a half. So A says 4/10, which is like 40 cents. Is that under half or over half?
Over.
40 cents? It's a little bit under, right? So that would be like right about here. And then B says 5/10, which would be exactly a half. So that would be right here. That's a half. What about 1/4? How much money is that? Or what decimal is 1/4? You can look on the board over there. 1/4 is what decimal?
25.
Yeah, that's 25 cents. So that would be over here. And then how about 1/5? That's also on the board. 20. Okay, so looking at this number line, which one of these is closest to 0? The 1/5, right? The 20th, the 20 hundredths. So my answer would be D. That one's closest to 0. Okay, number 3. It says the shoe store, that's a fun thing to say. The shoe store has just received a shipment of summer shoes. Of the shoes, 4/5 were open toe style shoes. Which of these are not equivalent to 4/5? Okay, so which one is not the same thing as 4/5? Let's look at D. We know that 1/10 you can divide it by 2 and you can get 4/10. So this one, check. That one does work. We're looking for the false answer. And D is true. How about 40 over 50? Can we simplify that to 4/5? Yeah, we can divide it by 10. So divide it by 10 and you get 4/5. And check. That's true. How about 8/10? 8/10. Is that the same as 4/5? Remember, what is 1/5, guys? 1/5 is what? It's 20, right? So 1/5 is 20 cents. What do we have 4 of those? What would we get? 80 cents. So this one is also the same thing as 4/5. That means this is not the correct answer. Okay? 4/5 is not 45 hundredths. 4/5 is 80 hundredths. So that is a false answer. False. Alright, and on the very last one says put these in order from least to greatest. This is kind of what I did when I Excel today. So they're all whole numbers. Let's turn them all into like money, right? So $2.50 would be $2 and what?
50 cents.
$2.50. 2 and 7/10 would be how much money? $2.70. How about 2 and 1/3? How much money would that be? That's $2 and 1/3 is what? It's on the board. 33 cents. And then 2 and 3/10 would be how much money? Add a zero. That'd be $2.30. And then our last one is 2 and 5/8. What is 1/8, guys? I gotta figure that out. What is 1/8?
12.5.
Yeah, that's 125. And then times what to get 5/8? Times it by 5. And that would be 25. That'd be 10 plus 12, 6. That'd be $2.63. Round it over to that. All right, so then we're supposed to put it in order from greatest to the least. That means descending, right? From big to small, descending. So my greatest one is which one?
258.
No.
270.
270. Yeah, this one. So this is my number 1, and then 2 and 5/8. I'm gonna check, so I know I already used them. And then we're gonna have 2 1/2. That'll be number 3. And then 2 and 1/3. That'll be number 4. And then my least is 2 and 3/10.